Burn live, man. Y'all know it goes down over here, man. I'm your host, Capiche, man. We burning through these conversations, trying to ash out some common sense, man. It's going down up in this mother. Y'all, I'm your host, and guess what? I got the family up in here, y'all. What it do? What it do? I got Money Demon up in here. I got Johnny Follow Your Heart. Hold on, y'all. Money Demon, where you at, buddy?
I gotta add like music or something to that.
Johnny, follow your heart. How are you, sir? How are you?
John after his heart. Don't follow your own heart, please
Man,
don't.
follow your heart, man. Follow that thing.
Nah, don't follow that thing. That thing is wicked and deceitful. Mm-hmm. Heart ain't good, man. We need a heart change so we can see things differently.
Man, y'all go ahead real quick.
Johnny, what you think of the paintings? You see the paintings?
Where? Oh, against the wall?
Yeah.
Let me see. Zoom. I can't really see too much about. Okay. Oh, them the ones that you did.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nah, I
Hold
think
on. YouTube Shorts can't see the other ones,
you did a.
but
What's that?
there
A
you go.
wolf?
That's my cat Broly.
Okay, Broly.
This I don't I don't know what the fuck this is, and I don't know who that is.
Hey man.
Oh, I'm just kidding. That's Simpleton right there.
Nah, the pictures is dope. I got a friend. His name's Stanley. I think you would like his art.
Okay.
Yeah, you would like his art because it's kind of similar. It's about it's like I see some similarities.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Yeah, I'm
me and
working.
Capiche, huh?
I was just gonna say I'm working on another one, but it's nowhere near finished. But you'll see it on the wall soon.
Okay, working on
What up,
another
y'all?
one.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all?
Yeah.
How it doing? How it doing? What
Hey
it do?
man,
What it do?
I'm not an artist, so I admire people that can do that. I can't. Shoot, man, I
That is,
cannot.
yeah, I can't do that stuff either, and so appreciate people that take the time out that do have that art skill.
Hmm. But yes,
I
So
went to an
Capiche,
art
what was we
school. That's
chatting
why.
about again?
we were chatting about um people and their decision of not being able to express themselves, men and being able
Yeah,
to express themselves.
yes, not being able to express their hurt properly,
Yeah,
and
that's what.
sometimes, yes, and sometimes we can be so blinded by our hurt that we think how we're moving in the direction that we're going in is correct. The whole time you're hurting. You're reacting from a situation that just transpired, and now you can't even see how you're moving in the wrong direction because you're following your feelings so much. You can't even see how you hurting other people in the midst of you following after your own feelings from you being hurt. And like, I get it. It's been going on since the beginning of time. Ever since Adam and Eve have sinned, everybody has fallen short of the glory of God. And not all of us learn how to handle our hurt that we get from society. Not everybody knows how to handle it. Not everybody got the ability to forgive. You know what I mean? To
Understandable,
move forward.
but but I hear you, but y'all, when people are so called getting attacked, or they see something out there that reflects them, and then you want to go out your way to question, like, why did this person do that? Why did that person did that? Instead of saying, like, does it actually reflect me? And if it do, okay, let me just learn from it, move on. But if it don't reflect me, I just go about my business. It's the reflection of the light, and is the reflection of the light um on you, or is it not shining on you? That'll be my question.
Okay, what do you mean by the reflection of the light?
The reflection of the light meaning when somebody says something that you can relate to, is it actually you're relating it to it, or is actually something that has nothing to do with you? Because
Mhm.
sometimes it does matter. When you see a status, you might say, oh man, that remind me of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through that. I can relate to it. Or is that person trying to really call me out for something that I believe that I am going through or I'm not going through?
Okay. Now, I'm going to get a little bit more specific pertaining to what E-Dub posted about me um, and my engagement that I called off. And, he kind of made a status about that, which is cool. That's in his free
Hold
will to.
on. He's making posts talking about your engagement.
Yes, that I called off. Yeah.
What is he, a fucking drama channel? What
That's a,
the fuck is wrong with him?
he doesn't know how to express his emotions properly. He doesn't know how to properly communicate.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does that got to do with him? Okay, he doesn't know how to properly do something. True indeed. All right, but the fact that he posted something, how does that affect you?
How does it affect me?
Yeah.
Well, I feel sorry for him because he doesn't know how to come to people and have conversations about things or even try to gain an understanding or insight or anything. He doesn't have that kind of heart, and that's what I feel bad for.
Okay,
I feel
so
bad. I feel bad for the direction that it's gonna lead him to.
what's this negative he said or something? I'm totally lost.
Yeah, man. I guess he's mad because
Okay, stop right
Can
there.
we
You
pull up the
guessed.
post? Here, wait. Can we pull up
See,
the
that's the
post? I
thing
want to
right
see the
there.
post.
You guessed
go
he
on
was
his
mad. You're not
Facebook.
even.
Go ahead. You can go on
Yeah,
his
pull up the
Facebook.
post
Go on his Facebook.
because
Go
you're
ahead.
guessing about something that you're not even sure of.
Okay. Go on his Facebook. Go ahead. Hold on.
Because I want to see it before me or Burn jump to conclusions.
You see it? You see it?
Hold on, give him a second. Give him a second. Give him a second. Give him a second. And Edo is at work, homie. The dude put a whole what's it called it? That
I
up
don't think
there.
none of us denied that. I'm sure he's at work.
Yeah, he's at work. Amen.
Not to say it like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, I like to. Hey, if people say I'm wrong for this, and I may be wrong, but I do treat conversation like court. And
Like
I
court?
learned, yeah, I treat it like court. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people in this modern day society use these words about I live in my own world. My facts are my facts instead of looking for the facts. And if you have your own facts or you say my facts is my facts, then I'm sorry, you're like that lost tribe that, what I'm saying, nobody's looking for, that you wouldn't even be on a milk cart. There's like I'm people that have their
So,
own. Go ahead.
so what if someone posted something false about you?
I wouldn't care.
I get that. I get that. I get that. Okay. I respect that. Totally.
Yeah, I can care less because I've been in this social media for so long. You call me out, but yet again, like you said, you won't have the dialogue. You won't take the time to come on the platform. Which, ladies and gentlemen, if you disagree with anything I say, right here, but for people on the phone, right here, wherever is it
The
at?
way, other way.
QR code. Check the QR code now. Come on up. Come in the background. We gonna look at you, make sure you're dressed decent, have some clothes on, have a decent background. Come on up.
Hold on, I
Uh,
got the post. Let me try getting it so I could pull it up. Just give me 1 sec.
man, I liking what StreamYard is doing. This is just for preschoolers can work this. I'm not gonna lie. When I used to go live straight off of Bookface, 'cause y'all, that's where I started. I started on Bookface. My lives would be jumping. Like people would straight come in. But then when I switched to StreamYard, it's like StreamYard wasn't pushing into the algorithm. It's like they wouldn't let is this the where you go? Is
I'm
this
right here.
it?
I'm
Johnny,
right here, bro.
Is
is this
this
the
it?
right post right here?
Let me see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is the right post. Yeah.
Oh
Okay, let
Lord.
me read it. I don't get how people that love God call off an engagement for someone else that doesn't believe in God. It's wicked out here. This guy is such a fucking cornball. Well, you don't understand calling off engagements? It happens.
Yeah. It just for me,
This
it
motherfucker's been
didn't.
divorced.
It
This
wasn't.
motherfucker's been divorced.
It's better than divorce.
Yeah. No, Edub, he's been divorced. And for
Yeah,
like
he's been
being
divorced.
verbally abusive to his wife.
Yeah, and from his
Yeah,
perspective,
he has
E
no
Dub,
manner of thought.
E Dub believed that his ex-wife was cheating on him. He
Wait,
believes his he believes his ex-wife was cheating, but I told him he don't got no proof because he wasn't there and she didn't tell him that. But he was just going off of what he thought seemed as if would be an ideal situation for her to cheat in. And I'm like,
see that?
bro, that's not it. You gotta, if you
What's
weren't
going
there, if
on,
she
good
didn't tell
day?
you, it's, and then he said he wasn't attracted to her. So I'm like, okay, that was the reason why you wanted to really get out because you just weren't attracted to her. So
Maybe, but I feel like it goes with what you were talking about not being emotionally intelligent.
yeah, he's not Yeah, amen, amen. That's a big. But then there's another side of the spectrum of being emotionally intelligent. You could be so emotionally intelligent that you become a victim to society.
Because I would say if I'm understanding y'all correctly, which I think I'm not, I am definitely not emotionally intelligent
How so?
because I cannot decipher between somebody truly caring for me compared to somebody who's out using me, or I don't know what love is. Um, I couldn't tell you, I couldn't explain it to you. Um, my definition of missing somebody is probably not compatible with a normal miss.
Well,
My
I
past. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like I think we all got emotional blind spots. Like my
Yeah,
girl will tell me like I definitely got my emotional blind spots, right? Everyone's not the most emotionally intelligent, but there's a difference between what we're talking about and having someone be just let their emotions run them and
yeah.
whatever they're feeling in the moment they go and do. Uh
But okay, so
which
that's not having a daddy around.
Well, I
What
didn't.
it,
I grew up
what I
without a
guess,
daddy
yeah,
too. I
I
grew up
mean I
without a
did
dad.
also.
I
Yeah.
don't think that's an excuse because a lot of these men are emotionally intelligent are not emotionally intelligent as well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
yeah,
Which
but
is why
having a
homes are
daddy
like,
around.
whether you got a daddy or not, like you can still be dumb. You can be unaware of your emotions. You know, you could be unaware of how your emotions are controlling you.
Yet again, what women feed into men, boys, gentlemen is full of emotion. It's nothing but emotion. So therefore, what a father does is construct the emotions, teaches him how to um, understand this is what you do in life. This is why a lot of women say, "Oh, men don't express themselves." We have we used to teach our men to express ourselves through actually getting out here and doing things. If you really look at the old movies, shout out to Money Demon for showing me that movie. That's a prime example, you know what I'm saying, for the people that's
What
in the group
movie?
chat. Your greatest movie of all time. When we was angry and stuff like that, we normally had a big ass project that we had to go do. You know, if we go back in the time. Nowadays, when we're angry, we don't have nothing to relieve ourselves. Yes, we do have the gym. Yes, we still do. We still got the sports. Don't get it twisted. We still got the sports. We still got the gym. We still got that. But that's not common in today's society because of, yet again, we got social media. It's like nowadays when we got something to say, we can go do one of these. You see what I'm saying? We didn't
Hmm.
have this. When we didn't have this and we wanted something to do, we just went out here and actually did an activity. And then that expression would have never got out. Why? Because we went to go do something.
Yes, and I totally get you. But there are times when still you have that emotion. You need to be able to learn how to sit down and deal with it. Because if you try to go off and do an activity, you can end up hurting yourself or somebody else. You know why? You know why people can have back problems. You know, knee problems because you were so mad, and when you threw that thing around, you know, and threw it the wrong way, and now you don't hurt
That's
yourself.
that's
You know.
bringing problems. That's bringing problems to work or bringing work home.
Well, no, that's bringing your problems to work because, and
Yeah,
it
that's
could be
we
even.
agree. That's what I just said. That's
Yes, I
exactly
agree
what I
with
just
that.
said.
Yes, I totally agree
So
with that.
in a in a sense, in the same sense, men normally go to work and don't express themselves. You know, hey man, what's going on? Hey man, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Who we talking to at work for real? The fellas. We talking to the fellas. We talking about sports, cars, haircuts. Did you see that big booty girl over there at the gas station? You know,
Mm,
just shooting the breeze, whatever to get the time going so we can go back to the crib.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that deep passion of who I got to talk to, who I need to go talk to, I think that's where most people say that's where you need that counselor. And you know, in our community, we don't have counselor. We don't have counselor. We don't have the homie because yet again, the homie got the kids, the homie got the 6 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? He got his drama. You got to remember stuff like that. I'm not putting one person in the category. I'm just putting the whole scenario. You know what I'm
And
saying?
yeah, and I get what you're
Mhm.
saying, but I believe it's even deeper because what happens when we don't have access to those resources? Now we don't have access to those resources. Now we become, you know, we act out poorly, you know, which is why I believe the gospel is so important because that's the only answer to man's depravity. It's through the gospel. You know, we don't have an when you don't have an answer to all the problems and things that you're going through, or a place where you can escape to, which God does provide for us to have that. You know, then we become unruly, um, animals that just act however because we're carried away by our emotions and what happened to us and how it affected us. And now I'm acting this way, I'm acting that way. You know, now I think I'm doing good, but I'm so blinded by my hurt. That's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So now I'm not even doing things out of love and joy, but I need to find something to get me angry about in order to get me going. You know what I mean? So it's like, but
Here, can I
that's why.
bring up a sorry.
Go
Uh
ahead.
can I bring up a word and
Sure.
see if you
Yeah.
guys know what the word is?
Sure. I probably don't,
Stoicism.
but go ahead. Stoicism. I heard of that word, but now I need you to go a little bit deeper and tell me what it means. I heard of the word though.
Okay. Bern, do you know what stoicism is? Like to be
Stoicism,
stoic?
stoicism.
Yeah, like to be stoic. You're a stoic man.
No, actually,
Okay, here, let me read this out. Stoicism can be defined by both an ancient Greek philosophy and personal trait. As a core philosophy, the core principles are Stoicism is a practical philosophy that teaches that virtue is the only true good, and that by practicing virtue like wisdom, courage, and justice, one can achieve happiness. Control, the key tenet is distinguishing between what is in your control and what is not, and then acting on what you can influence while accepting what you cannot. Reason, Stoics believe the universe is governed by a rational principle, and that by aligning your thoughts with reason, you can live a life of tranquility and fulfillment. So, uh, how do I say it? Edub ain't a very stoic person. He doesn't understand what he can and can't control. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Emotional resilience. It is the ability to face pain, distress, and difficulty without displaying emotion or complaining. Uh, Patience. It involves a level of patience and uh, equan- equanimity when dealing with frustrating and unpleasant situations. Examples: a person whom remains calm and collected during a crisis or endures a painful injury without complaint is demonstrating stoicism.
Hold on. I can barely hear you because this whole thing has been static. That's why I kind of jumped out and tried to jump back in and see if it'll change. But it's been static and ever since, you described the stoicism was. And I don't know why.
Here, hold on, Johnny. You're breaking out
And
really bad.
yeah, you
Oh
got
man.
bad signal.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Burn.
Hello?
What do you think of that?
He pro. What I'm hearing and what I'm
This
saying is
thing ain't
definitely
working for me. Like this, I can't hear it. Static. I don't know why.
yeah. We understand the staticky. We can barely hear you too.
I think something's going on in here, but I'm gonna try to log out and log back in. Okay.
All right. I don't know what's crazy to me, and we're just me and you. Is that it's bothering him more than it's probably bothering Eda. Oh, why is it bother? I don't. I'm just.
No, 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 no,
I'm.
no, 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 no. I disagree. I disagree because if I go back to the group chat, he's came after Johnny for like posting something in the group chat like two or three different times at this point, like just out the blue. And I call it out like, what the, what are you doing? Why are you going after Johnny? Johnny ain't say nothing crazy. Edub will just like go after him in the comments, kind of like the way he used to do me back. back a couple months back, you know. And I don't get it because Johnny he ain't even crazy like me, you know.
No, no. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't think Johnny's crazy at all.
Yeah.
I just think, you know what I'm saying, his understanding, you know what I'm saying? And the only time I ever seen a fallout between them two is it was the Charlie Kirk thing. And that was like, okay, a turning point, obviously. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Was it a good turning point or a bad turning point? That's here to say. But right then and there, that was the biggest turning point that I've seen. For as everything was cool, now everything is a little, I don't know, on
So
edge. And
is it that Ida feels some type of way about something Johnny said about Charlie?
I remember that.
Okay. That might be it, maybe. I don't know. Good thing Edub ain't seen nothing I said about Charlie. I've said some wild shit.
Yes. And see, this is the thing that I wish people will realize and see. Like, people say some crazy things and around me, and I'm still open-minded to like, okay, let's have a simple dialogue. Come on up here and express the reason why you thought the way you thought, or you seen the way you seen, or whatever. And then understanding that when you know that a person, when you know a person has a clarity on a situation and that you can poke at them about something, and you know that would trigger them into overly expressing themselves about something, that also take into place too. And when you do think about the, okay, I said something a long time ago and you still edging on that, anytime I bring up something even remotely close to that, you want to nitpick at that, or you find me at a lowest point and now you want to try to throw me under the bus type situation. And these factors, then yeah, then you're steeping to a low situation because you're edging on a whole conversation that should be one thing just to try to conclude something else. Like, it's like playing the Marbury Bush game. Line the bridge is falling down type. Like, I don't know. I like to say you like playing reindeer games. Like, stop doing that. If you're really upset over something else, then it's over something else. Don't add other aspects of life into one situation. I think a lot of people do that. I'm mad at
Yeah, true.
I'm mad at you over the Cowboys and Kansas City Chiefs game, but yet again, I'm gonna still take it out on you over a baseball game. I'm like, baseball ain't got nothing to do with football.
True, yeah. Nah, I know what you're saying.
And I see that in debates when you when they're talking about a situation or something and they're trying to get a understanding each other, they'll bring a whole nother subject that don't relate. And I see if you bring another subject that has relations to it, or you can make that situation relate to it, then cool. I get it.
Yeah.
But when it don't relate to it or it don't have no correlations, oh my God, what was I talking? Because of what Trump had said to the people millers of military, which he was really talking to the people that made that video about Deb. They was like, oh my God, you would never talk to a person like that. I said, yet again, those people that told those Marines make it unlawfully don't follow the commander in chief, you wouldn't talk to your boss like that, would you? They was like,
They just
that ain't
said
nothing to do.
they just said don't follow unlawful orders.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? What unlawful orders are y'all talking about? But yet again, y'all can't bring up no situations. None of those Congress, none of those senators, none of those people that make those videos can bring up anything that they was relating to.
Yeah, but there's situations like don't fire on unarmed civilians and shit like that.
They didn't say that. They didn't bring up no situations like that. They didn't bring up no characters like that. So therefore,
Yeah,
you're
but they
saying
didn't even bring up anyone specific. And Donald Trump reacted to that.
yeah.
They didn't even bring up Donald Trump's name.
He just because what they saying is who's the commander in chief over the military?
Or just your officers and
Okay,
commanders and
yeah,
shit like that.
okay, cool. Yet again, if they tell you something to do, you got to do it.
Not if it's unlawful.
Shit.
You can disobey unlawful orders, and that's what they were reminding the
Okay,
army of.
okay. Like old girl said, she brought up the movie like a feel good man. Okay, all right. You disobey an order out there in the field. Come on, man. Let's stop playing. And see, and I think what it is, and correct me if I'm wrong, is people don't think it's okay for your president to troll senators and mayors and governors and put them on hiatus of what he feels and thinks about them. That's I think
Saying they should
like,
be hung.
hey, if it's a tweet, it's a tweet. Is it called freedom of speech?
Crazy for a president to say that.
Is it called freedom of speech?
I'm just saying it's so wild that a president said that.
True indeed. But yet again, we know. Well, okay, hold on. I know that my president trolls the media,
Okay.
and he trolls the senators and stuff like he does that. Quiet is kept, or loud is kept. Let me say that. Let me reverse that. Loud is kept. Dog, that's the biggest thing that would got him in the office the first place. The first fucking time is fucking trolling people. And we sat back and laughed while other people like, oh my God, he said that. Oh, he offended. We was like, oh my God, people are getting offended.
What if a Democrat said that? What if a Democrat was like, fucking hang these Republicans?
Boy, we got
I'm
video.
sick of these Christians. I'm sick of these Christians. We need to hang these fucking Christians.
Yet
What if a
again,
Democrat came out and said that?
we got plenty of videos of Democrats going out there talking about we need to beat them, we need to be locked up, we need to be reprogrammed. Like,
They say
stop
that
playing.
about Nazis.
No, they said that about MAGA and people that voted for Trump.
What, like
Specifically.
actual people? You know what? There is one guy that was just elected. I forgot the guy's name, but I know that he had said some crazy shit like that. And I am, I'll call that out. I'm bipartisan.
You talk about okay, I know what you're talking about. The one guy that actually put out the statement talking
Yeah,
about what
he said something about kill Trump's children or something, and that's fucking crazy.
He won.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy.
So it's like, okay, so Trump is finna go hard, and it's just like Trump finna go hard in the paint. He's finna go hard in the paint.
Well, I don't think that's good. I disavow it from that one Democrat, and I disavow it with any Republican that says shit like that. That is not a good, healthy system for our politics. Only causes division and uncooperation from both sides. That's why I've been saying like it's a good thing that Donald Trump was so nice and cordial with Zoran Mondami in the White House a couple days ago. Like I didn't have nothing to say about it. It was, I guess, funny at some points, but I was like, this is what I've been wanting. Like fucking say some nice things about your opposition, and work together. And he said some really, really nice things about Zoran Mondami, and I was
I went
actually
over the
happy about
I went over the conference thing yesterday. That's what I
Okay.
did yesterday. If you want to go over it, because I still it's closed. You know what I'm saying? Just a little press conference. I went over
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was because the big question that, everybody was looking for was asked, you know what I'm saying, and the reaction.
I thought it was completely shocking because usually Donald Trump doesn't handle opposition this way, and especially out there socialist Democrat. So the way he handled it was actually incredibly shocking to me, but I thought it was a good thing. Like he getting along with Zoran Mondami is a big step in the right direction. Yeah, this right here.
So I'm gonna put it back like right there.
Plan? Are you going to meet with them?
I've spoken with their people. We have a plan. It's horrible what's happening. It's a war that should have never happened. It would have never happened if I was president, and it's a shame. And I thought they should have acted quicker. But it's a cold winter, and a lot of the you talk about utilities, but a lot of the big energy producing plants have been under attack, to put it mildly, to put it nicely. We have a way of getting peace, or we think we have a way of getting peace. He's going to have to approve
You
it.
skipped to the one part where they're not talking
so
about
sad.
each
So many
other.
people. Last month they lost 25,000 soldiers. This is something we haven't seen.
No, they're gonna get to it. I
Yeah,
passed,
I know, but
I don't want to just play that clip. I want people to get a whole understanding of the room, the questions, them going back and forth, because they was asking, it was plenty of questions. I technically, for real, I played 10 minutes of it last night, actually wanting to hear the whole thing, because I watched my resources. You know what I'm saying? I watch my resources, and I like watching my resources, and I also like watching the whole thing for real. You know what I'm saying? So I can get a feel of the room, what's going on, read the body language. I wish Johnny was up here real quick, because yet again, I will point at this right here, this Boule hand signal, because he want to talk about the Illuminati that he put up there for his conspiracy theories people out there. For my conspiracy theorist people, I'm just saying, my boy.
I'm doing that right now. This is just a normal fucking your hands comfortable.
You're not doing exactly what he's doing officially. I promise you're not.
There is like a thumb difference.
I guarantee, I promise you.
If I'm like this, yeah, my hand would just be like this.
Okay, sir. Yet again, for my you're not a conspiracy theorist, and you're not going down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, for my rabbit hole people, that's all. Dang. Okay. See, this is a small reason why a good show we will make, because dang, bro, you ready to fight already.
I think like this is the Second World War, and they're averaging 6,000 or 7,000 a week between the two of them, dead soldiers, and it goes on. And I think they're getting reasonably close, but I don't want to predict. I would have said that would have been one of my early ones. I did 8 peace deals of countries, including in India, Pakistan. You could even go, in fact, they're coming here in a week or two, go to the Congo and Rwanda. That was 10 million people dead. And we worked something out on that, but so many. And The one I thought would have been, for me, because I have a very good relationship with President Putin, I thought that would have been maybe quicker. But it does take two to tango. And now you just see all the death. And, it doesn't affect us other than the fact that we don't want to see all those people that really, it's on the other side of the ocean. It's a war that should have never happened. It did happen. I blame the person also sitting right behind this desk. This is a war that should have never happened, and it wouldn't have happened if I were president. But we're trying to save a lot of lives. They're losing 25, think of that, 25,000 lives over the last short period of time. That's Ukrainian and Russian. And it's a shame.
I want to ask the mayor-elect about a House resolution just passed overwhelmingly to condemn socialism, including with 86 Democrats, all of House Dem leadership, and the minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, despite his endorsement of you. What's your reaction to that?
I have to be honest with you. I focused very little on resolutions. Frankly, I've been focusing.
Condemn socialism.
I understand. I think the focus is on the work at hand. I can tell you I am someone who is a democratic socialist. I've been very open about that. And I know there might be differences about ideology, but the place of agreement is the work that needs to be done to make New York City affordable. That's what I look forward to.
And I want to clarify your answer to Stephen Nelson. He asked about your comment calling the president a fascist. And your answer was, both President Trump and I have been clear about our positions and our views. Are you affirming that you think President Trump is a fascist?
I've spoken about.
That's okay. You can just say yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. It's easier. It's easier than explaining it. I don't mind.
And Mr. President, I wanted to ask you also about this Ukraine plan.
Yeah.
President Zelensky said today that his country would risk either giving up a partner or giving up its dignity. There's been criticism that this deal proposal.
He doesn't like it?
It's unclear. He was sort of tenuous.
He'll have to like it. And if he doesn't like it, then, they should just keep fighting, I guess,
That he made, though, was that accept it, that the U.S. would pull back its support for Ukraine. Is that
Well, at some
accurate?
point, he's going to have to accept something. He hasn't accepted. You remember right in the Oval Office not so long ago, I said, you don't have the cards. Don't forget, I inherited this war. This war never would have happened. I inherited this war. And I thought he should have made a deal a year ago, 2 years ago. The ultimate deal would have been if it never started. That would have been the good deal. That could have been done too if you had the right president, but you didn't have the right president.
So the big question, what I'm saying, do you still think he's a socialist? I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You still gonna have your idea because he did do a follow-up interview after this, you know what I'm saying? And dude is still not in office. He's still, from my understanding, trying to raise money for his administration and people that he want to put into place. But yet again, if he's gonna fix up the streets, then it is what it is. I do get word that people are somewhat excited of what's going on, but the big story now is Minnesota and the Haitians. The Haitians up there in Minnesota buying up land and taking money and bringing it back home and not spending no money over here in America. So they say. I don't know. So what you think about it?
About what? The Haitian situation or the Trump situation?
Hold on. I think this is more what you want right here.
Because I don't
Either
know
way.
anything about the Haitian situation.
Okay, cool. Well, we can stay on the Trump thing because I think this is to be better for you because this is the day after at Meet the Press that he had.
Elect of New York City, Zoran Mamdani, Mr. Mayor-elect, welcome back to Meet the Press and congratulations.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be back.
Well, it is wonderful to have you here in person, fresh off of your first meeting with President Donald Trump. He praised you. He even said you could do a great job job as mayor despite months of a bitter back and forth. Were you surprised by the warm welcome that you got?
You know, I was looking forward to having a meeting with the president to speak about the needs of the 8.5 million people who call the same city we love home, and to speak, frankly, about the affordability crisis that is pushing so many of them out of those 5 boroughs. And I found in the meeting that I had with the president a productive one, and a meeting that came back again and again to the central themes of the campaign that we ran: the cost of housing, the cost of childcare, the cost of groceries, the cost of utilities. And it showed that this is an opportunity to now start to deliver so that people can do more than just aspire to struggle in New York City, but actually to be able to live there.
But did you expect it to be so chummy? What was going through your head when you were standing there?
You know, I thought again and again about what it would mean for New Yorkers if we could establish a productive relationship that would focus on the issues that those New Yorkers stay up late at night thinking about. Because so often in our politics, we try and tell people what they should be worried about, what they should be concerned about. When you actually ask New Yorkers and you listen to them, you come back to the issues that animated not just the conversation the president and I had with the press after our meeting, but frankly, in the meeting itself. It was a conversation where we spoke about the need to deliver on this agenda. And I appreciated that when we had that meeting, it wasn't just in the Oval Office. He also took me into the cabinet room. And there we were looking at portraits of presidents of years gone by. And we admired a portrait of FDR. And in many ways, when I think about the candidacy that we've put forward, it looks to Fiorello LaGuardia as the greatest mayor in New York City history. You can't tell the story of LaGuardia without telling the story of FDR and the story of a relationship with the federal government that finally delivered at the scale of the crisis it was facing.
Well, prior to your meeting, I don't have to tell you this, President Trump repeatedly threatened to cut off federal funding to New York if you won. The president seemed to back away from that yesterday, though, in his public comments in that joint news conference that you all did. He said, I don't think that's going to happen. I expect to be helping him, not hurting him. Do you believe him when he says that?
No, I believe the president in the conversation that we had, and I will continue.
Huh? Do you believe that he believed that do you believe that he believed that the president was going to help him?
Believe him. I ain't never seen Trump smile from ear to ear like that. He loves Mondami. He fell for the Mondami Riz.
That's what a lot of people are saying. What do you think that is?
I think that it's just that Mondami is a very personable person where you could have a conversation with them and come out liking him because he's a genuinely likable person. I mean, I don't necessarily agree with his policies or anything, but I can't say that he seems like a bad person. I think that he's got a quality to him where you could like him, right? Like he seems like a good-hearted person, and his charisma is infectious, and I think that it rubbed off on Trump.
There's another guy out there, you know what I'm saying, who has that same image, but he can't run for nothing technically because he was born in another country and then came over and got a citizenship, fought in the war and stuff like that. But if he could ever run, I'm telling you, there's a guy out there, I promise you. And a lot of people will expose how he made his millions and stuff like that. And I get it. I understand it. And you know what I'm saying? I know how a lot of people don't like a person of certain statues that came up, got their millions, and how they got their millions. But that dude that I'm talking about with the same type of on me, I ain't gonna even put his name out there because he can't even do it. And I wish he would, because that boy called.
To make the case, both to the president and to the country at large, about the
Hold
needs
on,
of
wait,
New
wait,
York.
wait, pause it.
Because what I found, frankly, is
You talking about Vivek?
Nope.
You not talking about Vivek? Oh, okay, then I don't know who you're talking about. Oh wait, Vivek is able to run for president. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, Vivek is able to run.
Okay.
that New Yorkers have grown tired of being asked to
believe in a system that has delivered very little for them. They're tired of a politics that expects everything from them while delivering little. And what they want now is a politics that can see the scale of the crisis in front of it and actually start to work together to deliver on that.
You know, you ran a campaign, though, saying that President Trump had not delivered on his promise of affordability. Did anything that happened in that meeting make you think, yes, he can deliver on that promise for Americans, for New Yorkers?
Well, I spoke to the president about the fact that while our campaign technically began on October 23rd last year, for many people, they became aware of it after the president won his election. And when I went out and spoke to New Yorkers, asking them who did they vote for and why, in two neighborhoods that swung most significantly.
Your mic is muted.
Good shit. That's telling me right there, bro, that he took a little bit of the Trump campaign and campaigned for a very long time. Now he just didn't break wind until after the fact that he won. And I think we had this conversation earlier last time about why somebody else couldn't run instead of Trump. When Trump campaigning for such a very long time, because you might as well say that Trump campaigned for 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Who in the fuck? No offense, I'm sorry, but nobody on the Republic. That's why it was so hard for people to debate each other, and that's why he had to go debate. And the Democrat and people were so blown away, and people like me, I would step back and like, dude, campaign for 4 years. Who can compete with that? You can't compete with that rallies after rallies after rallies after rallies after rallies. Like, no, you can't, nobody can't compete with that. That's why you couldn't really, if anybody really wanted to, anybody really thought they had the cojones to go against Trump, you was unfortunately dumb. And not the dumb of the sense of the fact that, like, you think you could win. Like, you ain't campaigned that long. He has a whole, like, dude damn near did 50 states. He went into uncharted territories.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily the length of time, but it's what Trump represented. And it's the same thing that Zoran represents, being anti-establishment. And the problem is Democrats have been running off of current establishment when the establishment has constantly failed them. And people just want to see something different than the current failing establishment.
Right.
So like say like Kamala Harris just the problem with Kamala Harris is that she represented the establishment, the same establishment of Joe Biden, the same establishment of Barack Obama. You could even say like George Bush and shit like that. Like there's an establishment in politics and people are sick of the establishment. That's why they voted for Trump, and that's why they voted for Zoran Mondami. Because they are outside the establishment. And the fact that Democrats, even Democrats who are going against Zoran Mondami, just pushed it further that he's outside of the establishment. And
oh my God, my bad. Please come back. Please come back. Please come back. Woo! Hey, yeah, that's totally my fault.
did you kick me?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying to take down the EW post, and I was trying to kick that out, and I didn't know they were gonna kick you out.
Because I was like, what the fuck, did I just get kicked? I wasn't saying nothing crazy or nothing. God damn. Motherfuckers don't want to hear the truth.
Totally my bad, my fault. I didn't. So when you pop them things up, I know that I can't touch them at all as far as kicking them out. My bad. Okay.
Here, I'll take them down. My bad.
No, they're gone
Oh,
now.
they're already down. Okay. All
My
right.
bad. Can you remember what you were saying?
I think I was finished with what I was saying. So you kicked me off right at the perfect point, but I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think you're right about that. I think you're right about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna end this right here at an hour. I think this is good, and then I'm gonna start one up in about 20 minutes. I gotta go make a run real quick. I'm gonna hit you up if we got any free time.
Okay. I should be available. It's only 12 right now.
All right. Until next time, y'all. This is the Burn Line Show and Money Demon. You up in here with me. I appreciate everybody stopping through. We out.